Good morning, everyone. Friends, listen. Sir, welcome to Vinay. A few of you guys has already attended yesterday's session, and for a couple of the guys, this is the first session. But that's fine. That's fine. I'll just try to recap what exactly we discussed in our yesterday's first demo. All right? Yes. As part of first demo, we discussed about what is business intelligence. Because you people decided to go ahead and set your roadmap towards business intelligence stream. So if someone asks you, you should be in a position to answer the question. So what is business intelligence? So business intelligence means a set of activities. What kind of activities involves in BI? So the first activity is extraction, transformation, and loading. This is our ETL process, or else we also call it as a data integration process. Once you are done with the ETL or data integration, you will be having enterprise level business data and use that for data visualization. And report must be analyzed by using tabular models or else multidimensional models. These three are the different activities fall under any BI. I'm not talking about MSBI or SAS BI or Oracle BI, Teradata BI. Doesn't matter. Okay. Using BI, what exactly you want to achieve? What is the final outcome of the business intelligence? Right? The major outcome of the business intelligence is for better decision making purpose, for better decision making. Right? Sir, we have so many tools available in the market. Why MSBI? To answer this, I have mentioned the list of tools under MSBI. Microsoft Business Intelligence is having three different tools. I have explained in detail of each and every tool fall under Microsoft Business Intelligence. Along with Microsoft Business Intelligence, I also explained about other tools, other ETL tools available in the market in addition to SSIS. What are those? Informatica, DataStage, Ab initio, BODS, ODI, Pentaho, Talent, Alteryx. We have so many tools available in the market. And SSRS and SSAS. Equivalent functionality can be report and analysis tools, Tableau, ClickView, and these things. So I have asked the attendees, even though we have these many things available in the market, why should I go ahead and learn MSBI only? So I took an example, right? And I explained this. Because of these characteristics, MSBI is on top still, right? Yes. And the duration of MSBI is 60 days, 55 to 60 days closely. And timings could be from tomorrow, like a daily basis, 7 a.m. on daily basis, excluding Sunday. Sunday, we will not be having any sessions. If you want to complete, since it is taking 2 months time, right? If you want to finish it in 1 month, since you are in a hurry, or else you are going to get this deployed in your project, right, in your account, in your organization. So you want to finish the course as early as possible, and you have ample time to do practice. In that case, I would recommend you to go ahead and join 7 a.m. for SSIS, 8 a.m. for SSRS and SSAS after a couple of days, so that your session will be completed, your course will be completed in max 30 days. Because we don't have any fast track mechanism in Vinay, right? So I would recommend you to join multiple sessions if you are really want to complete the things, you know, as early as possible. Sir, I'm a non-computers background. So in order to learn MSBI, what is the prerequisite? What skill I should have as a prerequisite to learn MSBI? SQL is the mandatory. So these are all the topics that we discussed in our last session, guys. I'll be sharing the recording session. Please go through that. I'll be sharing to everyone. Okay. Yeah, with that now, I just want to start SSIS architecture. So guys, MSBI, Microsoft Business Intelligence. What are the MSBI tools and the SSIS? SQL Server Integration Services. The main motto of this one is for ETL or else data integration operations. SSRS. SQL Server Reporting Services. The purpose of this one is to generate reports, design reports, or data visualization. And the next one is SSAS, SQL Server Analysis Services. Here we perform data analysis using multi-dimensional model or else tabular model. Okay. Now, these MSBI tools are from SQL Server. SQL Server, right? MSBI tools are from SQL Server. That's the reason people calls it as MSBI or SQL BI as well, SQL BI as well. Okay, right. Now I want to start SSIS architecture. As part of SSIS architecture, what are we going to focus on? Core components of SSIS. What are the core components of SSIS? Number one, SSIS runtime engine. Listen, guys, this is really important. And data flow pipeline engine. These two are the core engines of your SSIS. Let me elaborate each and every engine. Okay, right. In order to have a clear understanding on these tools, I should give the background. What do you mean by background? What do you mean by background? Okay, what do you mean by background? Right, sir. I want to give versions of SQL Server that internally covers versions of MSBI because MSBI is a built-in component of your SQL Server. Yes, that's what we discussed. MSBI is a built-in component of SQL Server. This is defining from the SQL Server. Right. Sir, SQL Server 2000 version. Here we used to call it as DTS packages, and here the package extension was DTS. DTS full form data flow, data transformation services. Okay. Starting from 2005, the total MSBI stack was out from Microsoft, and here the extension was DTSS. Sir, and this is 2008 version, 8 R2 release 2 version, right? And this is 12, 14, 16, 17, 19. 22 is also out, but it's not the complete version. Sir, in 2000, we used to prepare very basic level ETL operations where the file extension was DTS. DTS full form is Data Transformation Services, a service which transforms the business data. Okay. And starting from 2005, they have added all the components, which includes MSBI, total MSBI stack has been delivered, and where you can see SSIS as a one of the component, and the extension is DTSX. Sir, you know the full form of DTS, Data Transformation Services. How about extension, extension, extension of the previous version? If you remember, .xls, XLSX. What is the difference between these two? MS Excel 97 to 2003 version, and this is MS Excel 2007 onwards. This is upgraded version of the previous. Are we good with them? Are we good with this one?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, sir, now, right. Sir, I want to write .NET coding and C sharp coding. C sharp and VB.NET. Where do we write it? Visual Studio. I want to write Oracle code for Oracle. I want to write SQL Server code, SQL Server Management Studio. I want to write Java code, Eclipse. Sir, what are these things? Visual Studio, code for Oracle, SQL Server Management Studio, simply we call it as SSMS, Eclipse. What are these things? What we call them as IDEs. IDEs, Integrated Development Environments. Satish, right? Integrated Development Environments. IDE, Integrated Development Environments. But what is the IDE for MSBI? Where do we achieve SSIS activities? MSBI, that includes SSIS, that is SQL Server, Data Tools, SSDT, what we call it as starting letters, right? Which is a built-in component of Visual Studio. Are we good now? Are we good now, guys?
Yes.
Sir, I want to open, that's the reason. I want to open this SSDT tool and explain these two simultaneously. IDE, Integrated Development Environment, and then core components explain. I want to explain these two parallelly, right? What is this, Satish? The screen is not so clear. Okay, fine.
Taken, Balaji.
Yeah, yeah,
Taken.
no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Now, Visual Studio. Visual Studio. I think it works when you go to Control Z, undo. So, guys, okay, I'm trying to open the Visual Studio. Yes. Okay. This is the Visual Studio. And these are all the different projects which I have created for my previous batches. Right? Sir, this is not my first batch or first year. This is my 13th year in teaching field. Hope you observed that. Yes? Yes, I'm about to complete 13 years by July 10th. I started teaching on July 10th, 2010. Okay? Right. So I'm trying to create a new project, guys. Please. I'm trying to create a new project. File new project. Either you go with this one or you can go ahead with this one. Anything is fine. So file new project. Yeah? Yesterday we discussed the theory completely. Now I will try to add little more practical masala as well. It would be a bit spicy. Okay? Most of the people likes it. Right? Sir, under MSBI, first one, integration services, SSIS, reporting services, SSRS, and analysis services is having two models, multidimensional model and tabular model. That is what exactly I mentioned out here. Emma, are we good? Sir, as per institute, it's a demo. But as per me and you, it's a continuation session. There is no demo here. It's a complete knowledge sharing session. Please, don't consider it as a demo and don't neglect. Please, please. Yeah. So I want to select the integration services concept. Now, when I selected it, sir, you are trying to create a new project, Amma. What kind of project it is? Integration services project. What is the purpose of this particular project? This project may be used for building high performance data integration. Exactly. That is what we discussed, data integration. And ETL operations, extraction, transformation, and loading operations for our data warehousing system. ETL operations for our data warehousing system. Are we good now, guys? Are we good now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Right. Sir, you can ask me a question. Hey, Balaji, I can see two more components. When do we go with these two? Sir, this is also integration services project, but on cloud, ADF, Azure Data Factory. You might have seen these kind of uh, dashboards or else pamphlets at outside of the Amirpet. When you come to Amirpet, you see so many banners on ADF, data engineering, right? All these things. And this is you can create the ETL workflows using a wizard, which we never touch in real time because wizard will be having its own limitations. So we never go with a tool with limitations. So this is ETL data integration on premise. This is ETL data integration on cloud. So since we are focusing on premise, I'm just selecting this one. Right. I'm just trying to create a new project. Yes, morning, 7 a.m. underscore June 8th. That is the project name basically. Project name. Right. So you are trying to create integration services project. Right. Now it is still in progress. Okay. Sir, what is the name of the file? Package. What is the extension of the file? 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 Am I audible, guys? Can someone unmute yourself and then talk to me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So what's the extension of the file here?
Dot
DTS, sir.
DTS.
Please make it interactive, Amma. Don't sit idle. You feel sleepy, definitely for sure. Be interactive. Answer my questions. Please. Right. That is what we have given the context over here. In SSIS, starting from 2005, the SSIS package extension is DTSS, Data Transformation Services, extension of the previous versions. Yes. Right. Okay. Okay. Sir, what is the file name, sir? What is the file name? Name of the file? Package. Package. Friends, HP raised a hand. HP, you raised a hand. Was that intentional or else uh, some other like some default?
Yes, sir. I have a question, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, why are we using SSDT tools as 2017? Why not, I mean, the Visual Studio? Why not the 2022?
Right. We can use it, but we see some compatibility issues. Visual Studio and Visual Studio for SSDT, right? We have few compatibilities with 2022. That's the reason in my machine I have something like Visual Studio 2022. And with that, SSDT, SQL Server Data Tools, 2017. That is what we have. I have Visual Studio 2022, my dear. Yeah, see, this is this is like a superset. Within this superset, I'm trying to install my own component called Visual Studio 2017 for our MSBI operations. Hope I answered your question.
Okay, all right, sir. Thank you.
That's the reason I opened this. Right. Sir, what is the in SSIS? What is the file name? Package. Sir, I have a plan to visit multiple locations. So start from Hyderabad. Sorry, guys. Start from Hyderabad. Hyderabad to Chennai, Chennai to Kodaikanal, Kodaikanal to Ooty, Ooty to Coorg, Coorg to Bangalore, Bangalore to Mysore, Mysore to Bangalore, Bangalore to Hyderabad. It's like a circular journey. So instead of you go on your own, you can take a package from the tourism department. Your package includes multiple locations. Each location has its own significance. Package is nothing but a collection. So your package is having collection of tabs. Each tab has its own functionality. What is the first tab? Control flow and event handler. Go back. Sir, SSIS runtime engine handles all the activities of control flow and event handlers of SSIS package. Are you clear on this point? Are you clear on this point? The functionalities of both control flow and event handlers of a package handles by one of the core engine called SSIS runtime engine. Are you clear on this point, guys? Guys, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Sir, what are the activities that you can perform in these two, control flow and event handler? Number one, it contains tasks. Number two, tasks and the containers. Task means a unit of work. Unit of unit of work which can be, come on, which can be executed individually or as part of package. What does it mean? Then let's go back to this one. Okay. Now, sir, we have send mail task. Currently, we are in control. We have send mail task. Sir, I want to send a mail using SSIS package. How to send a mail using SSIS package? Send mail task. Task means an activity that can be executed. See, we have sir, in our package, we have three different tasks. Out of these three, I want to execute the second one. Right click on it, execute the task. Execute the task. Only that particular task got executed. Okay, right? So for example, if I want to execute all the tasks, execute the package. So task is a unit of work. It performs an activity, right? So that task can be executed individually, or else when you execute the package, all tasks will get executed. Yes, there is no restriction. Are we good with the point? Tasks can be executed individually or as part of the package. Are you clear on the point? Sir, I have a bad habit. Until and unless you are confident enough on the concept and convey, yes, sir, I am clear on the concept, I can't proceed further with a full length happy end. Seriously. Maybe that's the reason people likes me. Right? Yeah. Please. Let's continue the same thing. Right? So hope you are clear on this point. We need to justify every word that I mentioned in the notepad. If I can type it, but you can find all these things in your Google as well. There is no point of connecting in the morning and sitting in front of the machine, right? All these things is you can do it whenever you have time. You don't require to pay the amount and all because these things are available in our Google as well. Maybe more than that, right? Please. Okay, right. Sir, containers. Next. For I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I is equal to I plus 1. This is a container which is containing few statements. I is equal to a plus y. So now int a is equal to 0. Now print a. Now see guys, sir, for what is this one? What is this? What is this? For I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I is equal to I plus 1. So what is this?
Container.
Yeah, it's a for loop container containing few statements. Consider it as a task 1 and consider it as a task 2. Your container is having two different tasks. Your container is having two different tasks. What is this? For loop container, which is similar to for loop for loop in the programming language. So related tasks can be grouped together. These two tasks will be repeated until the condition becomes false. And I have one more thing. Right. Now see, sir, this is one container. This is another container. This is another container. You have divided this control flow functionality into multiple blocks. Each block has its own functionality. For example, I am from 401 flat, sir. Right. My flat number is 401. So now, my flat is having only single room, or else it's been partitioned into multiple rooms. Multiple rooms. Each room has its own significance. Master bedroom and attached bathroom, kitchen and a hall, puja room, second bedroom, and guest bedroom. So every bedroom has its own, every room has its own significance. In the same way, you have divided the control flow into three different blocks. Each block has its own significance and functionality. Are we good now, guys? Container is used to divide control flow functionality into multiple blocks. Each block can be executed individually or as part of the package. Yes. Are we good with this point? Are we good with this point?
Yes, sir.
So that is about SSISR and time. Next one. Sir, I want to remove everything. I want to currently where are we now? Control flow, data flow. Currently, where are we now? Currently, where are we now? Don't say I'm at home. No. Currently, we are at control flow. If I navigate from control flow to data flow, it shows an error message. Can someone read this?
No.
No data flow tasks have been added to this package. Click here to add a new data flow task. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Right? So if you want to navigate from control flow to data flow, you need to take the help of a task called data flow task. You are trying to define the definition of data flow task. You are trying to define the definition of data flow task. Are we good about? Are we good with this point? Okay. Sir, when you navigate to data flow, there is a change in the toolbox. Okay. I'll try to explain with an example, guys. Sir, we have Krishna River and this is my home. Do you think Krishna river water is ready to drink? No. No, it's not ready to drink. It has so many impurities that must be filtered. Right. Do you think Krishna river water is ready to directly coming to my home? No. Right. It's not directly coming to my home. First, it comes to reservoir. Reservoir. How Krishna river water comes to reservoir? Through Wi-Fi? No. There should be a pipeline. Right. So first you take the raw water and raw water is flowing through the pipeline. Once it reaches to reservoir, apply some chlorine operations to avoid unwanted bacteria. Finally, filtered water will be distributed to the homes. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Right. In the same way, we have source from where we extract the business data and then transform it, transformations, and then finally you load the data into the destination system. See here now, this is also right. Now see, sir, this is a pipeline. What is flowing here? Water. This is also a pipeline. But what is flowing here? Data. So we call it as a data flow pipeline. Data flow pipeline, where the data is flowing from source to transformation, transformation to destination. Are we good now, guys? Are
Yes.
we good now, guys? So this is our data flow pipeline. This is our source. So data flow source contains the data flow sources. Data flow pipeline engine handles data flow sources from where we perform extraction. Data extraction starts over here. And the next one, data flow transformations. Data transformations purpose. And finally, data flow destinations. Load the data into load data into destination systems. It can be a single system or multiple systems. Can someone tell me where do we perform the actual ETL process in control flow, data flow? Where do we perform the actual ETL process? In control flow, data flow. Data flow.
Upload.
Data flow. Yeah. Are we good, Amma? Are we good, Amma? Now see.
Yes, sir.
Now see, I'm trying to getting the data from extract data from OLEDB source, some SQL Server database. Come on. Yes, right. Now, I would like to go ahead and apply a simple transformation. But how source data comes to transformation? How source data comes to transformation? Through a pipeline. We have two pipelines. Use blue pipeline. This is data flow path. Data flow path. It's an editor. And finally, you load the data into the destination system. OLEDB destination. So extraction, transformation, and loading. Are we good, Amma? Are we good, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Any questions, guys? HP, Likita, Nethai, Rajesh, Kosuri, Satish, Suresh, Swapna, and Mekapotra Satish again. Yeah. Are we good, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Right. And next one, connection manager. Connection manager. Sir, connection manager is a logical connectivity between any application and database and our file system. Does it mean? Okay. Sir, I am in Hyderabad right now, and my parents are from Elur, West Godavari. So now, I dial them. Connection has been established and a conversation is going on with my parents, right? Right. So who provided the connectivity between myself sitting in Hyderabad and my parents sitting in Elur? Who provided that? Network providers only. Network providers provides the connectivity between two people. So, but do you think there is a wire between Hyderabad and Elur? No. So do you think a connection is a logical or else a physical? Logical. You can't touch it. You can't touch it. So manager is a logical connectivity between any application like SSIS, SSRS, SSCAS, .NET, any application. Right. Connection manager for SQL Server. Connection manager for SQL Server. Right. First one, data source. Data source is nothing but you need to provide the server name, initial catalog, database name, initial catalog, database name, and then provider or driver, SQL Server NCLI 11.0, SQL Server native client 11.0, which is a default provider for SQL Server. Are we good, Amma? That is the default provider. Let us try to create a simple connection manager, guys. Right click here to add a new connection manager to this SSIS package. New OLEDB connection. Let us create a new connection. Come on. Yes. Hey, you haven't selected any provider. What is the default provider? Well, SQL Server native client 11.0. That is what exactly I have mentioned. SQL Server native client 11.0, which is the default provider for SQL Server. And you provide the server name and database name. Are we good? And see, data source is equal to server name, initial catalog is equal to database name, and provider is equal to Microsoft SQL Server native client 11.1 or 0 is also fine for us. Are we good with the connection manager? Sir, what is the connection manager for file system? What is the connection manager for file system? Shared location or file path where the file is. Okay. Are we good at just shared path or file location? That is about the total in the connection manager. Any questions on this? Any questions on this? Okay. I'll try to open. This is the material which I'm going to share with you guys. Right? That this is how the SSIS architecture looks like. This yellow portion is SSIS runtime engine is completely talking about control flow and event handler. Control flow and event handler and connection managers. Right. So here you can see tasks and a container. Container is also having the task, relevant task, related tasks. Whenever the data flow task occurs, immediately the control jump to data flow tab where you can see sources, transformations, and finally destinations. Are we good? Are we good? The arrow mark is nothing but a data flow pipeline engine. It's a pipeline where the data flows from upstream to downstream. Where the data flows from upstream to downstream via transformation. Are we good, Amma? Are we good, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that is about the total SSIS architecture. Right. I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm happy to answer any kind of question.